The ZvP here again. GgMaChine, he was favored to at least make it to the top 2 of this tournament. Still is favored, by the way, as well, but you can never count Art out. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the red Protoss player representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself, representing Stouty Balls. It is GgMaChine. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Let's go. If y'all lose this match, he's going to be molding over losing the game. He should have won. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, he said GG well played, like, you know, accepted said loss. And if he's too much, I'm molding over it more than Fiance would be, maybe. I don't. What could have been, Batman, what could have been. But regardless, here we go. We are getting into our fresh series. We're getting into our best of 5. Welcome to Winter Madness. And again, if you're in the chat, predictions are still open. I would say coming into this that GgMaChine, he is going to be leading this. He's going to be the favorite player in the series. But again, Art has been looking very impressive over the past 6 months. Like this year, 2026 has been Art's year. It has been crazy to see Art take it to the top players in the world, take it to Koreans, and take them down as well on a semi-regular basis. So Art has been improving a lot this year. Likewise, to be fair, so is GgMaChine, right? I would say that the gap in skill between GgMaChine and Young Yakov is smaller than ever, right? Previously, there was a larger gap. It was like Wayne, Young Yakov, and GgMaChine, right? Those were the top 3 Zerg players in said CIS region. But in more recent times, Wayne has been Wayne is like pseudo-retired, right? Like Wayne, he barely plays in anything nowadays. You still see him every now and then in like regional tournaments. Like every now and then you see Wayne playing. But it's very rare. It's very, very rare. Like for the most part, I feel like Wayne, he hasn't made like a proper announcement, but like he is like stepping away, it feels like. And Young Yakov kind of like rose up as the best Zerg. And GgMaChine, he's like nipping at his heels, right? He's just behind him. Which is a little bit sad in the sense that, you know, that big Wayne fan, less so Raditz fan, but big Vanya fan. True, true. Estevania. But has been stepping away. As behind this, we're going for just a straight up Twilight Council opener. Okay, this is quite rare. Twilight Council opener out of Art. There was a little bit of answer between the 2 players here that was ongoing. But here we see a Twilight Council opener into what looks like DT, so we're going for a Robo into Dark Shrine. I bring this up just because we are staying in gas. If we had pulled out, then I would be considering Glaive F, so we're staying in, so it should be something more dedicated. Yeah, much more dedicated. So we're keeping on our players. Do we go into Glaives or Dark Templar or Dark Shrine? Would you have a 4-gate setup? It is Glaives, but we're staying in gas. So 4-gate Glaive. This could be both. There's a world, it's not uncommon to go Glaive Depths plus a Dark Shrine as well, so we'll keep an eye on Art. Regardless, very committed play here from our Protoss player, and it's on GgMaChine to confirm what's going on. So far, he has no idea. So far, he does not know. Back at home, going for a zone Eva chamber. Ooh, going +1 melee. This means that there's a very low chance that we see a Roach Warren and a Bailey Nest. Very, very low chance. It looks like Link Queen here by GgMaChine.
Newly birthed queen ready.
Ah, the Abathur voice pack. And here comes Art. Art, he is moving out. He'll have excess setups to work with. Shading across the map. Now we see a Roach Horn being thrown down, but this is much later. And Art is here. What do we have to defend? We have 4 Zerglings. We got 4 Zerglings and 4 Queens. Let's go. All right, let's go. Adepts have arrived. They bust into the bases. Boys are going to be evacuated here at the 3rd. Shading to the natural. How many drones do we get? How many drone kills? Oh, so far 2. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 drones going to be going down. This is very quickly getting out of hand. Yeah, 5 drone kills. Shades into the main base. Commits to the shade. Lings are trickling in with us. Oh, the positional play there. The positioning here is brutal. And more mining is denied. And remember, we saw that prison. We saw more warpins. Yeah, more warpins, more commitment. With that, we shade further in. Down into the natural. Lings attempts to surround. Surface area is denied. And can we break into the natural mineral line? Can he get in? Yeah, GG. GG gets called critical damage, and RT will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We do see Art taking a lead. Again, a hyper aggression here by Art. And as we were emphasizing, GgMaChine, 1, he failed to scout. 2, he went Evo Chamber first. +1 melee. Ling Queen struggles against Master Depths. We saw no Baneliness and, of course, a late and delayed Roach Warren. It was almost like a reactive Roach Warren, but it was too late to defend. Critical damage dealt. GG. GG, well played. GgMaChine being a little bit greedy here, not confirming what was going on and not playing it safe either, gets caught with his pants down. The pants were down, and with that, Art takes a lead. Now we're loading to game number 2. Let's go. Gonna be loading into the Old Republic. Meanwhile, canoya ga, baby ga. Buenos dias, buenos dias. I know it's quite late in Europe, by the way. Get some sleep, Pappy. Get some sleep. But good to see you. Good to see you. Take care, Pappy. Take care. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself, representing Quasar, leading the series 1-0. It is Art. And spawning in the right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself, representing Stony Bulls. It is GgMaChine. So, gracias, Hansma. Gracias. Much love, much love. I do appreciate the costs, as GgMaChine does go pool first here. Okay. Does go for the 15 pool timing here, so very early pool into potentially early aggression. We're going to be going for a bit of a later expansion here, but with these early Lings, we can try to catch an early pylon, for example. A pylon and get some damage done early on. It should just be pool expand, though, not into gas. Yeah. So pool first into the hatchery, into a later and delayed gas geyser. The probe should confirm, and this should force out early zealots. Okay. Spawning pool spotted. Gas now being taken. I'm curious to see where this gas is going to be spent. So a couple things here. Usually when you delay your gases this much, you skip Ling Speed. That is the case in other matchups, and I know Ling Speed has a little bit less value here in ZvP. So curious to see if we try to do something a little bit more sinister with how we spend our gas. But now we have 6 Lings. 6 Lings are on the way. They're moving out. Back at home, Art, it looks like he's going to be waiting for the Cybercore to finish. So there's potential damage here. Uh-oh. There's potential. Again, Art, he chose not to get a Zealot upon seeing the early pool. I believe we should be able to pull you off. And there it is! Roach War. Now we see what the... no, wait, hold on. Did we get scattered? RT did. He saw the Roach War. And so, again, it was going to be a Roach Rush, which makes sense why the gas was so late to go for a Roach All-In. Got scattered, forced to cancel, pulls out of gas, and back across the map. Lings, they do chip away here at the initial gateway, but we have a full wall. We have a full wall off. And so far, Art, he's holding, he's defending, he's scouted well. Ling Speed now on the way, we pull out of gas, and so far it's been a bit of a shaky start for GgMaChine. It's been shaky. Oh, does get a probe. 2. Okay. 2 probes going down, nice pickoffs. Ling's gonna be cleaned up. But at least the Lings, they get some value, right? They get some value here. As I'm getting deja vu. No, Twilight Council's on the way. Alright, are we gonna go into the same build? This time we're pulling out a gas though. So if you recall, there's something that really did catch me off guard last game, which was the fact that we stayed 3 and 3 in gas, which is why I was like, are we going for like Glaive Adepts plus DTs. Instead, it was just more committed. We had just doubled down and gone for the Robo, the Warp Prism, and just extra Adepts, extra Warp Ins to just commit even harder. And again, it worked out well. Here, we can see we actually did pull out a gas. It is 2-2, so this is Glaive Adepts, but do you notice something? For this build, there is no Robo. There is no Robo, so there's no Warp Prism, there's no additional reinforcements. We're only warping in from back at home. This is not as committed as last game, which means we can expand. This is not a 2-base all-in. So the probe does move out to claim a Nexus. Basically, the goal of this variation of build is to make it look more standard, to make it look like it's a more regular game, and that GgMaChine skips the Roach Warren, but this time, earlier Roach Warren. This was at like, what, 3:45-ish? 3:45 Roach Warren timing, as opposed to last game, which was at 4:30. It was at 4:30 last game. It was too late. It was too late for the Roach Warren. It did not factor in. This time, earlier Roach Warren. This time, a stronger defense. We'll see. We'll see how GgMaChine is able to react and respond. Because already GgMaChine is cutting workers at 40. Cutting workers early on. Lings are amassing instead. There's that Roach production. GgMaChine, he didn't see much, by the way. He scattered the third. It looks like we're just going for our own all-in. Okay. Yeah, blindly GgMaChine, he's just massing up Ling Roach. He's massing up an army. Adepts are moving out. Gets spotted by the Overlord. And GgMaChine, he's more than ready. This time he's ready for it. So he's walling off. Adepts say bust into the third. They fail to catch the Queen. Yeah, Queen is all called out. Lings, they do hit the third base, but there is a full setup there. The battery, the Adepts. Adepts, they try to shade in. Ooh, they get caught out. They get locked down. You have massive losses here for Art. Losing all the Adepts. He does shade into the main base. He gets maybe 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 drone kills. One more shot. Doesn't click. It doesn't focus fire, but there are 3 drone kills for a mass amount of Adepts. Better trade for GgMaChine. That was 9 Adepts. 9 Adepts going down. And now we can counterattack. Back across the map, there's a battery, there's a couple of Adepts. We have Immortal production underway. There's going to be 1 Immortal to defend. GgMaChine doesn't counterattack. Drones. Drones up. Lair is only just now beginning as well, so there is no counterattack potential. There's no Roach speed. The game will continue. The game will continue from here. This is where the Adepts actually did do some damage. This does mean that the drone count from GgMaChine is much lower. Lower drone count, and despite making all these units, is not able to make use of them completely in the aftermath. It doesn't make use of this. So Archie does move out, pushing through the center. Now we assumed that Art was going to be taking a more defensive stance to try to recover in this game, but no, he's being the aggressor instead, kind of forcing himself into a committed push. So much more dedicated play here by Art. He's got to be careful, pushing deep on creep. We get some decent force fields, but reinforcements are on the way. Ooh, Bile say take down the Prism. Prism goes down, but do we have enough roaches? Do we have enough? The Immortals are exposed, and they're going to start going down. Yeah, they're going to start going down. They're being focused here. The first Immortal will fall, the second one thereafter. Especially if the Shade commits, and it does. Yeah, it commits to Shade. Let's try to Shade into the mineral line. So far, GgMaChine does react. Oof. Still losing 6 drones at the natural. Some brutal damage. Chase into the main base. More drones going to be going down. This is getting out of hand. Oh my god. 12. Yeah, 12, 14, 15 drone kills. Art, he may have lost all of the immortals, but he does cripple the economy. And we just have to, survive. We have to defend. Batteries. Throw down some batteries. Secure the third. Colossus production has begun. Now, I would have thought that GgMaChine would be forced into an all-in and forced to commit across the map, but no, he drones. GgMaChine, he's trying to at least drone up somewhat. He does drone up to 60, but it's still under 3 base saturation. Yeah, no drones here at the 4th. No drones, intentionally so. Art is playing with fire. Art does not need to be out here. He's already dealt crippling damage. Like, there's no need. Losing 1, 2, 3 adepts. Nice prism harass. Gets into the third. Catching out 3 drones. Adepts shade away. 4 drones going down. Prism is still out here, forcing somebody to be stuck back at home. But I will say that the 4th base is late for Art. We have the money. He's got 700 minerals in the bank. And here comes GgMaChine. Again, GgMaChine, he's been crippled. There is no economy. GgMaChine is 100% all in at this point. He had drone up earlier just to sustain this, and even then still lost more workers. And again, the lack of batteries here is surprising. If you recall earlier, I was expecting to see batteries thrown down after the fight went Art's way. So very late batteries here for Art. Retraction moves in, coming in from behind as well. You get some decent force fields. Army Kite's back, coming from behind. He gets into the Colossus, the Biles. Oh my god, Biles, they rain on the army. Massive connections. Yeah, the Biles connect with how the Gateway army crumbles, and Art, he's being broken. The batteries weren't done in time. They finish up after the fight ends. The fight is over. The batteries only just now finish. It's too late. Again, Art, he did an amazing job harassing and doing damage across the map, but he was not prepared back at home. Not at all. He was not ready for the game state that he was forcing. Despite having time. He had time to react. He had time to respond. But with that, the third has crumbled. 18 probe kills. We just got 2 Colossus and a Dream Bat. We got, oh my god, the Biles land. That was crazy. Yeah, the Biles land. GG gets called, and with that, we're tied up 1-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, Art, he did an amazing amount of damage done across the map with the adepts. Adepts that were crippling the economy time and time again. GgMaChine, he was forced into an all-in, and all-in he did not really want to go into. But Art, despite forcing this kind of game state, he was not ready back at home. His batteries were so late. And likewise, we were lacking, say, a second Robo, double Immortal production. We were going into Colossus instead, but the lack of defensive setup there is what hurt most. And with that, GG. GG, well played. With that, GgMaChine, he does type the series, and now we're jumping into game number 3. Going to be loading into Tourmaline. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner here of Tourmaline, we have the red Zerg player. Yeah, the red Zerg player himself representing Stony Bulls. It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player representing Quasar. It is Art. Let's go. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into game 3 here. Welcome on all to Tourmaline. Tourmaline is a small map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground, and GgMaChine is forced to expand at the unnatural location. There's the juice, pappy. So already this is looking very similar to the game that we saw previously between Fiant and Art, where specifically on this map, Art forced the unnatural natural. We were loading into Tourmaline, short rush distance by ground, and Art, he could not resist the temptation to go into Glaive Adepts. He just doubled down on Glaive Adepts. He was able to overwhelm Fiant, and bring him down. And we have seen nothing but Glaives so far this series. Glaives in game 1 and game 2, and I would argue that this series could be 2-0 in favor of Art, right? Last game, Art, he was crippling GgMaChine. He just was underestimating the threat of GgMaChine, right? The threat of an all-in, the threat of a counterattack. He was banking resources, and he wasn't really macroing well behind it. Art was maybe just tunnel vision a little bit too much, or maybe just a little bit surprised of the game state that was provided to him. So very, very shaky. This time we need some more decisive play. Need to be more decisive. Likewise, GgMaChine, we're hoping for some blind defensive play. Because of the current position that we're in and because of the Russia's spy ground, the moment that GgMaChine scouts something weird going on, we got to react hard to it. But we'll see. Go. So now we just have our standard openers. We're calming down. Likewise, link speed is on the way. We pull out of gas as well. We did see a bit of a quirkier build last game with GgMaChine going for a late gas geyser, trying to go into a roach rush and then canceling, and then everything kind of being diverted. Yep, and there it is, Glaive Adepts, or Twilight Council, and we're assuming this will be for Glaives. Once again, as we mentioned before, like, Art is going Glaives every game so far in this series, and this did work wonders against Fiant on this very map. Now, GgMaChine, it's on him to scout. Ooh, and he does see the Robo. Big scout already. Before even going into the main, he does scout the Robo. We have early link production here out of GgMaChine. And what I'm waiting for here is the Roach Warren timing. We need an early Roach Warren. Otherwise, things will go south real fast and real quick. So here we go. We have a 4-gate setup with the initial Robo as well for the War Prism to reinforce across the map. Overlord does confirm. And there it is. That is a 3:35 Roach Warren timing. So early Roach Warren here by GgMaChine. But because of the nature of the SimCity, because of where he was forced to expand, there's no wall off. Usually to defend against Glaive Adepts, you would have your Roach Warren, Eva Chamber, and a Spore Crawler here to wall off your natural base. But there's no creep, so there is no wall. So there's an opening. There's just a massive opening to go straight into the main or straight into the third base. So again, we're lacking SimCity. This will make it a much more difficult defense out of GgMaChine, but at least he does have the early Roach Warren. So GgMaChine is doing what he can. Adepts are amassing. Now shading across the map. Did pull out of gas. And we're waiting for those reinforcements. We are going to be waiting. Adepts, they move in. They will cancel the shade. Roaches are revealed. Yeah, roaches are revealed. The first queen is going to get pounced upon. Does snipe a queen. How many roaches so far? 4. Yeah, 4 roaches in total. Down to 3. More adepts are warping in. The drone's getting caught out. Oh, so much damage being dealt here. 9 drone kills. 9 drones go down, but can we catch all the adepts? Can we catch him out? Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, adepts are going to get away. They shade into the natural, nothing to kill. They can now make their way into the main. They can make their way in. Yeah, Lings, they will try to delay them. But this is getting out of hand. So much damage here. 13, 14, 15 drone kills. Another massive warp in. Shade is cancelled. These adepts have to back up. They have to retreat. They do pull away. Catching another roach. Another roach goes down. Where's that shade? Oh, the prism within range of the queens. Oh, the prism. Oh my god, barely gets away. The prism pulls out and more queens are going down. And this is game ending. This is game ending damage here. 26 drones left. Critical damage behind this Art. He's chilling. Immortals are amassing for Art. Getting extra gateways up and running as well. Art has done more than enough. He's done more than enough here. Now shading into the natural. Boys being pulled. More drones going down. Oof. Another drone kill. And that was how many? That was 19. 19 drones in total. Plus 61 lings, 3 queens, 2 roaches, and a gas geyser, an extractor. Adepts are still warping in, and again, back at home, this time we have immortals to defend. We're still lacking a battery. Like, I would love to see 1 or 2 batteries here at the natural base, just to secure that defense. At least a battery, right? Like, I would. So I just moving back in. GgMaChine, he does keep his roaches at home to defend. No, but the adepts, yeah, they just wreak havoc. 2 adepts into the third base, 2 adepts into the main as well. More drones are falling. GgMaChine races back home to defend. Tries to at least. The natural's at least safe. Somewhat. Nowhere safe, Backy. Nowhere. Nice juggling. Avoids the surrounds. Again, trading as best he can. No anti-air. Spore was sniped earlier. Now building up to 4 immortals. That is an insane immortal count. That's a lot of immortals. Behind this, if I wanted to, we could just expand. He could just get a third base. But I mean, right now he has double the economy anyway, so it's fine. Just going for the kill, going for the throats. We just said that, Pappy. And what do we have to defend? 10 roaches. We got 10 roaches, we got 2 queens and a spore. A couple of ravages are morphing in, but against 4 immortals, there's no shot GgMaChine survives this. Like, there's no shot. Files, they do connect. They connect with the immortal. Okay, first immortal gets focused down. Not bad. We need more reinforcements. Immortals are getting caught out. Where's the prism? Where's the warp prism? Oh my god. As the second immortal falls, like, this is maybe the best fight that GgMaChine could hope for, but it's not enough anyway. GG gets called, and RT will take a lead 2-1 in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, like the best fight that GgMaChine could hope for, but he was still down and out. He still sustained a critical damage, game-ending damage. He hung in there hoping for one final fight, and he gave it all he had. But that was brutal. Once again, we saw that at Glaive Adepts, they did pull GgMaChine apart, specifically because of the map and specifically because of the Force on Natural. GgMaChine, he was more vulnerable than normal to those Glaive Adepts, and he just could not keep up. He was torn apart despite the early Roach Warren as well. He could not keep up with the amount of Adepts that were warping in. And with that, Art does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 4. Oh boy. Let's go. Let us go. We're going to be loading into game 4. Now, RT has gone adepts every game in this series, even the one that he lost, which he should have won. Like this, I could have seen this be a 3-0 in favor of Art, just adepting every single game. Now we're getting to game 4. Do we glaive adept once again, Bappy? Do we do it again? Oh god. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, representing Quasar, leading the series 2-1. It is Art. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player representing Stouty Bulls. It is GgMaChine. Let's go. Let us go. Now, to be fair to Art, even though it's been Glaive Adepts every game, it's been different variations, right? We've seen 3-3 gas in Glaive Adepts without a robo. We've seen with robo, without robo, more committed, less committed, with a third base, without a third base. Like, there have been certain variations that we have seen so far in this series, but all roads lead to Glaives. Do we go there again? Do we mix it up here in game 4? Do we mix it up? For now, hatch first out of GgMaChine. Welcome to Title Citadel. This is a bit of a larger map in the map pool, a bit of a longer rush distance by ground, but the bases are very spread out. The third, the fourth bases are very spread out on this map, so it can be much more difficult to keep up and to defend. So we'll see how our players will adjust their approach. Oh, as we open up with a hatch block. Okay. Hatch block opener here by GgMaChine. Do we force a reaction out of Art, though? That is the question. Here we go. As boys are being pulled, again, damage is being done. It will force a 2-get response. And we'll see how how Art reacts to this. Like how much damage he's able to achieve across the map in the counterattack. This time he does open up 2 Zealot. Oh, let's go. He's learning. The double Zealot response. Okay, so it's going to be 2 Zealots. It's going to be 2 Adepts as well. It's going to be a very strong reaction here by Art. And we'll see if GgMaChine can survive it. Again, hopefully he's not too greedy. Hopefully he does respect the counterattack. Send out a second drone. Wait, what? 2 drones? So a little bit inefficient here by GgMaChine. It does mean some extra lost mining time. There's a cancellation. And we are waiting for that counterattack. Here we go. As from here, we do have 6 Lings in production. So again, you can see that we're forcing reaction here out of GgMaChine. Force react, force respond. Adepts are moving out, and we'll see if GgMaChine can keep up and minimize losses. That's what this comes out. This is what this comes down to. More Adepts on the way behind this. Zeld as well. So far, trading with the Zerglings. Nothing crazy. Oh, Lings attempt to surround. And the Adepts, they do slip away. Oh, they do barely slip away. 1 Adept should fall. Not bad. Does catch 1. Adepts, they shade into the main base. Zealots, they will trade with the Queens. They go for the mineral line. But I feel like GgMaChine should be okay. Like, he shouldn't lose too much here. Losing 2 drones. Only 2 drone kills. So again, some minimal losses here. GgMaChine does hold, does survive, does defend. Behind this, making 10 more Zerglings though. Oh. Okay. That is going to hurt. As in, that's going to hurt GgMaChine. Because of those 10 Lings, that means that GgMaChine's drone count is still very lackluster. Like, the droning here is still lacking for the Zerg. This was a big investment to all these Zerglings, and I mean, they're going to keep the Oracle busy, I suppose, but that's kind of it. Okay, Ling's going to be chased away. They will at least delay the 3rd base. True. 3rd base is going to be later. Things nice around. They get in. Oh, that should not have happened. So misplacement there by Art. Gets surrounded. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 Adepts going down. Very nice pickups here by GgMaChine. At the same time, the Oracle gets into the main, but no stasis. Catching out only 1 drone. Catching 1 drone here. So once again, good reactions. This so far is a better start for GgMaChine. Catching out 4 Adepts, minimizing losses back at home, and still has Lings in the bases. Getting a full scout. Glaives? That's a Twilight Council before the 3rd base. There it is. Glaive Adepts every game. Every game, Pappy. You can't stop him. He will adapt you. Always. Once again, a different variation though. This is a Twilight Council after the Stargate. So Stargate into Twilight Council before the 3rd. Very committed, very dedicated, but this is supposed to be a surprise. This is supposed to be like catching a player off guard. Meanwhile, GgMaChine saw everything he needed to. He did scout. He is aware. Overlord is rescouting, and we need a Roach Warren. Again, the big issue here for GgMaChine is that even though he didn't lose many drones, he didn't make many workers. That's the issue. So the economy is still lacking for GgMaChine. Oh, Bane defense. That's risky. Okay. It's going to be Baneling defense instead. It's still possible, but just much more difficult. So your Banelings have to keep up with the shades, ideally, and deny the shades. Of course, there is counter micro available against the Banelings if they get focused down, or if you split. If you manage to spread the Adepts. And from here again, we're massing up our Ling Bane. Art does threaten the Shade. Does win that Shade. Again, the Banes are keeping up with the Shade. So Shades are being cancelled. So far, decent spread. Banes are roll in. Oh, and they do find a clump of Adepts. Not bad. Yeah, Adepts, they go down, and GgMaChine holds. Ooh. Does hold, does defend, despite that. 4 Adepts. No, 4 Adepts to make it through. They make it through in the mineral lines. Drone's going to be going down. But again, not too many. Not too many here. It's going to be, actually, 5 drones. 5 drones do go down. Could have been so much worse. I say that. Adepts, they shed into the 3rd. 9 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. 9 drones fall, and with that, Art takes an economic lead. More Adepts have warped in, by the way. We're still not done. No boy. As more Adepts are coming. Behind this, we have the Blink Stalker transition. Lings, they attempt to counterattack. They cannot engage, not into Adepts. Not like this. And we need more Banelings. Okay, we have 7 Banelings morphing in. These Banelings are late. They get spotted. Adepts will try to hit the 3rd. Shade is cancelled. Adepts are clumped up. Banelings, can we pop up? No, he's going for it. Yeah. Oh, tempted. Tempted to go for the dive there. Let's 4 more workers. Here we go. Now we can commit. We surround the Adepts. Massive connections. Ooh, decent connections here. Adepts, they will recall back home. They do recall back, and behind this we have our transitioning. Storm is on the way. High Templar warping in. We have a second robo, so we have a first robo also in production. Art is taking up. And again, the economy is still lacking for GgMaChine. Up until this point, we just now droned up to 81. So we just now droned up. Does need a moment here for it to allow it to kick in. As they catch out the Adepts. Oh, they try to. Again, are trading as efficiently as they can. Trading efficiently. At this point, Art is just waiting for Storm. And I believe we should just be committing here with Storm as well. Otherwise, there'd be a 4th base. And we have not seen Art embrace a longer game in this series. It hasn't happened. It's been hyper aggression of Art time and time again, with mainly Adepts, even in this game as well. And in the end, Art, he killed 17 drones, 106 Zerglings. You can see here that even though this was with 36 Adepts, like the Adept to Ling ratio is crazy. My god. And here comes the main push. And again, it took a long time for GgMaChine to drone up. He's rushing into Hive. Oh, do we not have Hydras? Yeah, no Hydras, no Roaches either. Purely Ling Bane into Hive Tech. Greedy play by GgMaChine. And Storm is going to excel here. This round, the High Templar. Oh no. Yeah, Lings laps in. They do catch the Templar. Massive pickups. Ooh, catching at 1, 2, 3 Templar go down. Massive storms though, and despite the Templar falling, the Lings, they just melt. The Zerglings, they just melt here before the storms. Every Zergling goes down. Zells, they bust into the mineral land on the right hand side. Stalkers, they push forward. And we ignore the base. Yeah, he... Oh, okay, no. Turns back around. Does settle for the expansion. Archon morphs in. There is no war prison with the main army, but hatcheries are falling. And hatcheries are going down. Now, if GgMaChine didn't surround those High Templar when he did, this would have been game. There would have been, what, 3 High Templar remaining, and then we just keep pushing into the bases. Because there are no more storms, it meant that Art has to back off. That could have been game then and there. As Ultras have arrived. I believe there's going to be 5 Ultralisks. Oof. Zerglings getting caught. Art's now claiming a 4th base, forced into a 4th expansion, and now the game is going to slow down. I mentioned earlier that Art, he's been hyper aggressive. He's been avoiding like a macro game, but now he's forced into one. Forced to expand, forced to try to tech up. I don't believe Art has seen the Ultras yet. So there's no Immortals. That's a little bit scary. It's going to be 5, it's going to be 7 Ultras. But the upgrade is going to be lacking here. They're going to be +1 Ultras with kindness plating, to be fair. Like, that will help. But Stalkers, they can focus them down. Oh. Storms A zone. There we go. As you can see, does take down one of the ultras already. Again, upgrades are lacking. Oof. Yeah, has to be forced back. All the high Templar go down. Massive pickups. 0 Templar left. But now he can focus time, and now he can focus fire. Yeah, there's no Zerglings, there's no buffer. He gets 1, 2, 3. He's gonna get to 4 ultras. Ay, ay, ay. Again, the ultras are being bursted down. As they will fall. Yeah, every ultra is gonna fall to the Mass Stalker. 0 ultras left. Ay, ay, ay. Expensive losses here for GgMaChine. The fungal lands, but there's no follow-up. There's no follow-up. The fungal means nothing. It's too little too late. Art punishes. And with that, he'll chase down the queens. They cannot get away. Zealot's peel up into the mineral lines. Drone's going to be going down. And Art is playing it safe. He's playing it safe, just going for the fringe expansions. Once again, does pull away. Gets another base, another hatchery. Oh. Again, as respect, this takes down another one of the ultras. Oh my god, despite the transfuse. Ah, he gets 2. Does he get all 3? Oh, not quite. Yeah, Lings that will punish. Unironically, Zerglings do trade better than the ultras in this kind of position. As another ultra list goes down to 2 ultras. Again, expensive losses for GgMaChine as he is stuck on a 3 base economy. I say 3 base economy, he's oversaturated, heavily oversaturated. So really on a 2 base economy more than anything. GgMaChine, he cannot afford these losses, cannot afford these trades. Archons are morphing in, Lings are going down. Oh god, the storms, Fappy. Every time. Now, Art, his stalker count is now suddenly very low. He did lose a lot of stalkers across the map. So with the lower stalker count, ultras can actually excel. They can be okay. Fungal lands, we just stand and fight. Oh, we focus on the ultras. And ultras are focused down. And Art still maintains that stronger eco. 72 probes, 72 workers, 4 bases. Plus 2 carapace did finish here for the ultra, so they're a little bit tankier than previously. A little bit. He tried to start up 3-3. But again, ultras, they need support on their own. They don't do much. They need support. Again, GgMaChine is going to be forced back. Plus 3-3 has begun. Let's go. Getting to 3-3 upgrades. GgMaChine just needs time. He needs time to be able to recover and resaturate and take these bases and get back into proper mining. And he is being given that time. So GgMaChine is on the road to recovery. At the same time, we do see Art. He likewise, instead of building up a Mass Stalker army, has more Immortals. He's a little more Immortal reliant instead. But I'll still say lacking Stalkers. Oh, nice cancel. Nice cancellation. Art, he rotates onto creep. So it gets into the mineral line. Things they counterattack. Back at home, there's a cannon, there's a defensive warp in. Low ground base is forfeit. Meanwhile, it's just the one zealot. Probes are going down. Critical damage. Yeah, down goes the entire mineral line, and now Art is all in. Art is all in. Every probe here falls. 31 probe kills. That is insane damage, by the way. But can this death ball be dealt with? Like, this is very good damage, don't get me wrong. But doesn't matter. How many ultras? 9. That's a lot. 9 ultras. Lings are going for another counterattack. They're going for the backstab. Once again, hitting the third base. Hitting the fourth, I should say. The ultras are exposed. Oh, yeah, the ultras are on their own. We mentioned this earlier, but ultras on their own are fragile. They're very fragile. They need buffer. They need support. One ultra goes down. Oof. Fourth base falls for Art. Gets 2. Gets 3, 4, 5. Every ultra falls. Every ultra falls here. As we mentioned, 9 ultras mean nothing if there's no Zerglings here. Ay, ay, ay. Heavy losses for GgMaChine. Down to 1 Ultralisk. Down to 1, Bappy. Down to 0. And with that, he's done it. He's killed all 9 ultras. Now he can break through, takes out all the infestors as well. GG gets called, and Artie snowballs out of control. He will claim the series 3-1. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. A very unique approach here by GgMaChine is what I will say, going mass ultra here towards the end. Not even just going mass ultra. Remember, he rushed ultra. It was Lingbane ultra. He skipped roaches, he skipped hydras as well. It is so risky and so greedy, so difficult to pull this off. Typically, when it comes to mass ultra, this is a style that can work if you have momentum and if you have map control. If you're able to have a higher base count, like up by like 2 hatcheries and up by like 20 workers, and if you have map control, and if you're containing your opponent, if you're trading from the beginning with Lings as well, keeping your opponent with a lower army count as well, then you can pull this off. A good example of that is Dark. If you watch Dark before retirement, he would play this quite often against Protoss and do it quite well, but he would have to stay on a very high Ling count, a bit of a lower economy initially before building up and ensuring that he can delay and deny the third base and the fourth base and keep the Protoss player at bay while getting into ultras, and then snowball out of control with a maxed out army. Meanwhile, your opponent is struggling to maintain those fringe bases. Like, ideally, that's how you want to be approaching this. Unfortunately, I would say that for the most part, GgMaChine was lacking map control. He was lacking map control. He was being bullied by the main death ball of an army. Didn't really have the presence that he needed to get away with an ultra rush. GG. GG, well played. With that, RT does claim the series, and with that, RT will advance on to the grand finals. I was ready for a ZvP rematch, GgMaChine and Shameless. I was ready for the rematch in the grand finals, but no, there will not be a rematch. GgMaChine, he is out in 3rd place, and now we have our top 2 players, our top 2 finalists for the OSC Elite Rising Star tournament. It's going to be a best of 5 between Art and Shameless in a PvP. Let's go. Let's go. So for now, we're going to be going on a short break. We need a moment to set up, and when we come back, we'll have the grand finals. We'll have Shameless versus Art. We'll see you soon. See you soon.